What do you think of that? What don't you think of that? I think that girl has got everything that she deserves. I don't think there's any ugly girls in our group. Do you know that? Does that mean we're all snobs?
No. We're just stunners.
We're just stunners, love. We were talking, me and Alfie. Me, Alfie or Harry? One of them.
One of the kids.
One of them. And Sarah got brought up. I can't remember how.
Sarah.
Oh, Sarah.
Yeah, okay.
And they were like, oh, it was Harry. He went, oh, I really like her. And I was like, no, I told her. I was like, Alfie really likes her as well. They did that after my birthday. Oh, she's well nice. And I was like, yeah, it's Sarah.
She's nice.
Sarah. I've known her since I was 6. Yeah, you said that 8 times, Mum.
Yeah, we know, Mum.
Yeah, well, you've told me you liked her before, so you don't hear me going, you told me that 8 times, do you? Fucking kids, man. They're so rude. What is that?
It's my lip shit, but I haven't put it on.
No, you just keep putting it in your mouth. The video.
Stop it.
And then my eyes like turn fucking the bluest of blue, and I'm like, I think we should have done that one. I mean, I need to find another sunny one like that, but we should have done it more with the sun in my eyes so they look transparent, like a vampire.
It's just too technical, babe. Too technical.
That was so funny. When I was telling Kath and Nick earlier, I was like, I did pee myself a little bit, I'm not going to lie. Like, actual wee-wee. Actual wee-wee. Whereas laughing so hard. I don't think people realise how funny it is to get through stuff like that. So once you go, that's it. I'm like, Wah! Right. Okay.
It was funny, though.
It was so funny. I laughed all evening about
and
that.
Do you know what? Even though we were like proper literally pissing ourselves.
Yeah.
Those golfers, they didn't look once over at us, and they were
like normal,
cackling.
Normal. Yeah.
Hey, don't look, guys. Just don't look. They're attention seekers. Attention-seeking girls over there. Ignore them.
Do you reckon people saw us down the path and walked the other way?
Well, that old people didn't, did they?
You were going, I don't care.
And do you know what? I watched it back and I was like, I didn't do the lip thing.
Yeah, but I feel like your face was enough. You were like scared but in love.
I didn't do the lip thing.
Yeah, but it was still so funny. You were like, and then when I come round, you go. You like. Fucking roaring. And when I was editing it, just honestly, I just laughed so much, and then people were like, that is hilarious. And then someone wrote throwback.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know whether you're being funny or whether you're like you're happy.
They were happy.
I hope so.
Everyone's happy about it. Not as happy as I was about it.
Like, take your throwback and.
So now I need to find another one that's funny that we can do with our acting skills. Because I feel like we can make that. Broadway.
We're getting better, guys.
I think we are becoming... So I think we're now so relaxed with the podcast. I am anyway. I'm fully... It's like there's a third person and I just include them in the chat sometimes. Most of the time. You're like, they don't need to know that. And I'm like, yes, they do. But now they do.
Cut it out.
She's jealous.
Cut it out.
But now the TikToks, at first I was like, robot face, don't look at me, I shine. Now I'm like, as if you could thank me up. I
mean, it's a true story.
Do you feel more relaxed on the TikToks now?
No.
I didn't like that my neighbours were watching me. That made me uncomfortable. That's why I said you need to go inside. It was making me like, I'm all right to rehearse, just not with an audience. I don't mind them watching me do it perfectly.
With an audience.
Perfectly, it's fine. Yeah, because we've got 6,000 on TikTok. I don't want an audience, but people watching me do it is like, I'm like, ugh.
Do you think Paul was watching us? No, he weren't. He went inside, didn't he?
He opened and he was like, ugh.
I'm going to go inside.
He doesn't say a thing. Not one thing. So, except if I'm like, we're on this podcast or we're doing this, he's like,
why?
Well done, babe.
Oh, I love that.
Well done, babe. It's like me. I could go
that.
nipple
Well
tassels and a fanny patch and go, you look amazing. I go, oh, thank you. Have a good night. Doesn't care. I think he just wants me to stop going on about things. It's great. Stop talking about like me when he talks to me about football. Right, introduce.
Okay.
You ready? Hello.
Hi.
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 Hi. Hi. Hi. Right.
Macaroni with chicken strips.
Oh my god. Do you like macaroni?
I love macaroni.
Do you? You have to
Yeah.
homemake that though. You
do
can't
really
buy a
like
nice
it.
macaroni and cheese. Not here in the UK.
Bill's.
Never tried. Gonna
Bills,
have to.
because they do it with truffle and sometimes bacon
I've
bits in
never
it as well.
never had truffle. We're gonna have to try that.
I'm
But
a snob.
I don't know why. But you've just brought it to my mind.
Oh.
That thing you sent me where they get the train and then they walk the mountain to the mountain.
Yeah.
I want to do it.
Okay.
No, I mean I.
Why
actually
did
wanna do it.
macaroni make you
Maybe
think
I
of
did,
that?
but my brain went walk,
Oh.
and it literally popped in my brain. Right, sorry, I've like completely lost focus there.
Yeah, macaroni to climbing a mountain.
Yeah, I don't know why, but my brain went mountain. Maybe because macaroni's the shape of it.
No,
Maybe
it isn't.
I can't tell you how I put it together. It just my brain went, oh my god, oh my god. So I thought I better mention it because you didn't respond. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Right, we ready?
Yeah.
You sure?
I've been ready the whole
You're not
time.
going to be
You-
upset that you're doing all this with it. Right. Hello everyone and welcome to Middle Aged Opinion. I'm your host Ellie.
And I'm your host, Emily. And today we are looking at bridezillas.
Good old bridezillas.
Gotta love bridezillas.
One of my favourite subreddits.
Love reading about the bridezillas.
Yeah. Why are you cry? Yeah, so angry all the time. Makes me happy. It does.
I'm excited.
Yeah. When I was a little girl,
Jesus Christ.
I used to wake up screaming with the pains in my legs. And
Me too.
Yeah, and I used to get in the hot bath. Mum and Dad would obviously give me pain relief and that, but it used to be Lisa that would see to me more. And that went on for years until I finally went on to the doctors and they were like, it's growing pains, because obviously I was still young.
Mm.
Then it was still growing pains. Then I was in my 20s and it was still growing pains. And then I just kind of gave up somewhere along the way, but I still now get pains in my legs to the point, you know, I say to you, I come in from a night out, most of the time I'm in that much pain I have to get in the bath.
Yeah.
When we do Tough Mudder or anything like that, I'm in absolute agony. It's like spasms in my legs. So super hot bath, as hot as I can take it, and that helps. I've no idea what it is.
No,
So-
mine really were growing pains, like they did stop. But
Yeah.
every now and then, especially cold weather, I get cramps. Like,
Yeah, it's
I say
worse for me
cramps.
when it's
I don't know
cold.
if it's cramps, but like I call them cramps in my joints, and my left knee is always the
Mine
the
like
worst one.
it like radiates down. I have no idea what it
It hurts
is.
my skin.
Yeah. When I am cold, I definitely get them a lot. But I any hard exercise. Although the weirdest thing was when we done the London to Brighton, that was just normal leg pain, full leg pain. Probably it wasn't normal because I woke up at 11
Died.
and was walking like I
Died
pooed
twice.
myself. But I have no idea. Like I say, we go on a night out and I start getting the leg ache. It's very weird, but I'm used to it, I suppose. No idea.
Do you think you get the leg ache because 9 times out of 10 you've got heels on, so you're
Doesn't matter. Even if I went out all day and had just trainers on, I would
You'd still get
still,
them.
I'd still be in. Is that like a werewolf
I don't know, it was a bit
from
bizarre.
the
wasn't
pub,
it?
maybe? But
Could
anyway,
be.
back
Anyway,
to the story.
Sorry,
Yeah.
it was me. I did that.
Yeah, but
Anyway,
it's going to be all right though
Not sure yet.
until they
I'm
remove it.
assuming he will be,
Yeah.
but
Well, they need to find out why,
It's-
don't they?
it's
Why?
a real slow process so far.
Yeah. It's not a
I feel
priority,
for her.
babe. If it's not cancer, then they're not. Have they biopsied?
I think they did, and
Right.
that's why they're sure that it's not. He thought he was going in on Friday. She had never said that
Yeah.
to him at all, but he was adamant that was happening.
Have they given him at least proper pain relief to deal with it until he goes in for the surgery?
I don't think they've given him anything different. No.
Come on, NHS.
Yeah,
We
I
know
felt-
that you're
I
struggling.
really feel
no
for him.
offence, but mate, like, he's just a kid. It's going to be traumatic for him.
It is really like watching the video.
No, yeah,
well,
see, I
that's
don't like stuff like that.
It was uncomfortable to watch.
Okay, anyway, sorry, focus.
Bridezilla spreads false rumours about me upstaging her at her wedding on purpose.
Well done. That was difficult for you
I
to
nearly
overlook that
did
for
that,
it,
didn't I?
innit? Because it bothered you.
It does.
Yeah.
I'm like, I have to point out that the spelling and the grammar is fucking awful.
But she can't help it. Moving on.
But she also says, was typed on a phone, so this grammar sucks, kinda.
Yeah.
I feel like the phone didn't make your grammar suck, kinda. You did that.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
we're not judging.
Yeah, let's not. Go. Aye.
19 female have a sister who just got married last week, who we're gonna call Mary. 26 female. I was a guest at her wedding. On the day of her wedding, I chose to wear this light purple dress, some gold jewelry, and my usual makeup look, including false lashes, which may not seem important but is later on.
Okay.
When I get to the wedding, she gives me a nasty look, but then goes back to doing what she was doing before. For the whole wedding, she just kept giving me nasty looks and ignoring me, even when it was time to take pictures. When it was my turn to take pictures with the bride and groom, she tried acting sick, but as soon as I left, she began acting normal again. After the wedding, I get a text from my brother-in-law, also known as Mary's husband.
We understood.
Yeah, sorry. Telling me apologise for upstaging Mary on her own wedding. I respond asking what he meant, and he told me about how Mary was telling everyone I upstaged her on purpose by wearing a cake load of makeup and wearing a prettier dress. Her wedding dress was one of those extra long train and corset, by the way, so I don't know what she meant by that. I tell him that I would never upstage her at a special event like this, and wasn't even on purpose, or was I actually upstaging her? I got left on red soon after I sent that. I've tried talking to Mary, but she keeps on ignoring me. I'll try to update if anything else happens.
Okay.
What do you think of that?
I think, right, so my initial thought is the bride is massively insecure, because some people like me, I wear more makeup than most of the girls when I'm going out, don't I, with the lashes and all that, and that's not because I'm trying to upstage you, that's just
Lies.
yeah, it's all about me. That is simply because I feel like
Main character vibes.
I look like a hobo most of the time, so I make the most effort when I go
Let's
out.
put a little bit of effort in.
But I all
In
think
case
you
someone recognises me from the streets.
they'd be like, who are you? You look like this girl I know. But I don't think she was trying to upstage her.
No.
I think that the bride's insecure, although I have been tricked by a story before where she was like, she said I tried to upstage her, and then in the end this woman posted a picture of her dress, and it was literally a bride gown in bright reds. She actually did that on purpose. She was the mother of the groom. She was the groom's ex-wife. She was there because the kids were there. But when she turned up to the wedding, she had this red dress
That's just
on.
embarrassing.
It is embarrassing, but the point is she made out like the bride was a bitch, and then it turned out everyone was like, okay, well let's see the dress then, if it weren't all that. She posted the dress and it was like, bitch, you did that on purpose. Then the fucking bride found the post and put her version. But yeah, so I want to say that the bride is deeply insecure, but there is this little reserve in me from that story which says, let me see the dress.
Yeah. I mean,
because now I'm like, I'm not the makeup. Some people just choose to wear a lot of makeup. I feel like you can't judge people for how they like to wear their makeup. That's entirely their prerogative, right? At every single one of the girls' weddings, I had a full face of makeup with eyelashes. That's just me. And not one of them were like, oh my God, Ellie.
there's a dress.
And pointing, you're going to have to, let me take a photo for you, because you're going to have to post that on this story.
I mean, I don't see that as upstaging.
Was she a bridesmaid?
No.
Yeah, she took it too far in my opinion.
Do you think?
Where's the bride?
Hold on, I've clicked on it.
Do you want me to take another picture? I'll just send it to you so everyone can see.
It's a pretty dress.
It's a beautiful dress.
And she's nice and slim. She's got a really nice figure.
This is giving brides insecurities. I'd love to see if there was one of the brides.
I mean, for me, I want to know what the shoes look like, because if the shoes are shit, it wouldn't have made a whole outfit.
Are they black straps here, though?
It kind of does look like a black strap.
If they're black straps, you
ruin
ruin that. Yeah.
I wouldn't be worried about that. She fell on her
I
face
wouldn't
with
be
those
worried
shoes.
about that anyway. And I don't believe that this sister had any intention of upstaging her sister. I think she just simply wanted to
Do you think there could be a slight jealousy of the
Yes.
younger sister thing?
yes. Yeah.
Oh, this is OP.
She's fucking stunning.
She's
Do
a
you want me to take a
very
picture?
attractive girl. I don't know where we need to put. No.
No.
She is an attractive
Let me
girl.
tell you, she's beautiful. She's absolutely stunning. She
But
is.
to be quite honest, from this, I wouldn't be surprised if older sister was of something similar.
Yeah, this is her
really.
makeup look on the wedding day. So let
Yeah.
me tell you, it's very neutral. So she had her foundation, her lips are neutral, and she has false
She's got-
eyelashes.
She's got a soft blusher on, so
Yeah.
she doesn't look.
It's not over the top makeup
No.
at all. It is she's very, very beautiful.
Yeah. Right, come on. Someone's got to have asked for the wedding dress.
Yeah,
come on.
we need to see the bride. Oh.
No.
Oh, she's stunning. That
Wait,
is
hang on a minute.
absolutely not outdoing.
It's very similar. Wait, let me open
Okay.
it.
All right, fucking chill out, bruv.
It is very similar.
It is, but that is distinctly a wedding dress, babe.
Yes.
She's slightly bigger than her sister as well, so that might be an insecure. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, when I say slightly, the
But
girl's a size 10, the bridesmaid is a size 8.
There are similarities, but I wouldn't say that dress was upstaging or
I would
outdoing that
say
dress.
the dress you'll see, that is a bridesmaid dress, and that is a
I
wedding
would have
dress.
put that down as a bridesmaid dress, but
The bride is stunning. We can't see her face, but the bride's dress is
the
absolutely
bridal gown
stunning.
is definitely
Yeah,
a lovely
yeah,
bridal gown.
yeah. What I can tell, I just don't think. I just don't think she was trying to outdo her. But I don't know. It seems like a whole thing here, babe. In my opinion, between these sisters.
This is what someone's like, your sister wore a purple dress to your wedding and you've caused all this drama in your family about it. Girl, this clarification did not help the situation. Your title says, she said these fake things, yet your posts are practically identical. You basically confirmed everything she said. Like you said, you acted immaturely by refusing to take a picture with your sister at the wedding. I would regret that later in life, but that's me. The only update we need is that y'all realised how ridiculous this is.
Yeah.
And you've apologised and laughing about it now. Congratulations on your marriage, by the way.
I just think it just gives insecurity, doesn't it?
Massive insecurity.
And I don't think that actually there's any need for that.
No, I don't. Yeah, I don't think the sister tried to do any upstaging.
No.
She wanted to look nice on your wedding day.
Yeah.
Which, let's face it, we all do, don't we? Really?
Yeah. I mean, for me, my wedding party, my mum, my sister, who was obviously my bridesmaid, but even my friends, I wanted everyone to feel and look amazing, and I think everybody did. As long, for me, obviously, I don't know if it's tradition or whatever, or my age, but I didn't want anyone wearing red or white because I was told that they take focus from the camera. So it should be the bride in white and no red unless obviously it's the wedding party, and that is how I've grown up and known it to be. But other than that, yes, wear a ball gown, whatever, look amazing, you know, I'm happy with that. Oh, you're looking for it?
It ended up on TikTok apparently.
No.
So I'm looking.
See if it's in there.
I did not. Oh, it's a story.
It's the story, yeah.
Fine. It wasn't like her face
No.
going in.
No. Yeah. This bitch.
This bitch.
Right, we're ready to move on.
Yep.
I'd like to see, because
I really want to see her face.
the sisters, yeah, I want to see if she's as stunning as her sister. She won't be far off, like you said. She won't be.
Yeah.
It's impossible. Right. Is it normal for brides to make expensive decisions for you?
Is it normal?
Nah. Basically, the title. I'm maid of honour in a childhood friend's wedding, and while I'm happy to be there for her on a special day, wow, I cannot believe how much she is seamlessly charging us for, with zero consolation on how much we are comfortable spending. She's not paying for anything for us. I had to pay $230 for my dress, another $100 for my rehearsal dress. I spent $1K on an initial beach trip, a bachelorette trip, sorry. Another grand on flights to the wedding. This is not her fault. I live far away. But some level of appreciation would be nice. But now she's saying the makeup and hair and that the Airbnb for the wedding weekend will be a total of 470, I want to say US dollars. When I asked if I could just do my own makeup, she told me, if I was you, I'd feel insecure if other girls had their makeup professionally done and I didn't, which hurt my feelings enough to make me fold. We had no say in the spending money on a 2-night Airbnb, despite realistically being able to drive in the morning of from another bridesmaid's house near the venue. She just booked an expensive place and sent us the bill. I love her, but a lot of us in the party are getting sick of it. We're all early 20s, sadly, with student debt and early career salaries. Some of us are still in school. I get she wants to have her big day, flashy wedding, but my God, she has no consideration or appreciation for the financial burden for this and that it has been. And if I say anything about the cost, she turns around and whines relentlessly about how stingy I am to another bridesmaid who I essentially have trauma bonded with. Simply, she got really upset with me for not getting her an expensive of a bridal shower, not enough of a expensive bridal shower gift as the other bridesmaids, even though I have spent way more than anybody else there. All in all, the wedding is costing me around 3,000 US dollars. I know it would be expensive when I signed on, but not this expensive. I value our friendship a lot, but I'm kind of feeling like I'm at the end of my rope with her, and I can't wait for this wedding to be over. Is it normal for the bride to make all these huge financial decisions on our behalf? Online it says generally brides should let the bridesmaid choose hair and makeup, and if the bride wants it professionally done, then they should pay for it, or at least subsidize it, rather than force the party to pay for themselves. Same to some degree for the bride has a specific expensive dress that she wants. This was the case as I got lucky. Some girls had to, hold on, I'm getting all like, right, sorry. Expensive dresses she wants. This was the case and I got lucky. Some girls had to buy multiple non-refundable dresses because she had changed her mind about them. Am I going crazy? Again, I know the huge cost isn't entirely her doing since we are long distance friends, but focusing us and forcing us into non-negotiable costs seems a bit out of line. She's booked everything, so it's too late to back out now, but I am curious to see if this is normal as it's my first time in a bridal shower. I went to my friend's wedding last summer and the bride couldn't have cared less. Demands for her bridesmaids, from what I saw, the cost was really only one part of the issue. Some true colours have come out since she started the wedding planning and I could honestly fill a book. So without the psychological warfare context, does this just seem like a normal financial commitment to being a bridesmaid? If so, I'm never going to agree to being in a party again. Laughing my arse off. Sorry, I got a bit like, ugh.
Oh my God.
Yeah. £3,000. £3,000. It's out of fucking control.
Out of control. It's out of order.
It's out of control.
And then she's actually got the cheek to be like, you're cheap.
I don't think she's giving them the option to go, I can't afford that. I'm going to drive in. I can't afford that, blah, blah, blah. I feel like nobody has an option to say no in this at all. They either go with it or they're out.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, oh my God, why
Sorry.
did you do that?
I didn't mean to. I'm tired.
Yeah, me too. But yeah, man, what the fuck? Top comment.
She's well out of order.
She's fucking well out of order. I stopped at the makeup comment about insecurities. What the actual hell?
Like changing her mind about the dresses after she's got them to buy them.
Yeah, someone said, well, yeah, my answer would be, well, you're not me and I'll be fine. I would have dropped out after that. She's already spent the money. She may as well see it through, but she has ruined her being a bridesmaid ever again. People have like hit that part and they're like, nah. And then somebody said, I stopped at the rehearsal dress. Now, when I read rehearsal dress, I thought, what the fuck are you going on about? So all the bridesmaids have to match at the rehearsal dinner. We don't have that here in the UK.
No, there's only a few people
I've
bringing it in, but
I've never known anyone have a rehearsal, because we get it. You walk down the aisle, don't really understand what's left to rehearse before the wedding. So you get together the day before the wedding.
Yeah.
Why?
I think it's kind of like a Hindu stag do thing, but not a Hindu stag do, but where all the main wedding party people can get together, have a drink, have some food, have a talk, sort of do a quick walkthrough sort of thing.
Yeah.
I think it's just like
just another excuse to all get together and spend more money.
Yeah, really.
Oh, no, it really is, because you're together the whole next day. A lot of people are stuck on this rehearsal dress thing. They're like, what are you talking about? Is this a new thing that we all have to pay for?
No.
Yeah.
No.
One answer I failed to mention is that she keeps sending the bridesmaid I befriended 150 plus dresses for her upcoming bridal shower. Like, oh, sorry.
Bridal shower?
Yeah, so basically now the bride is suggesting to this other bridesmaid that she spends £150 on a dress for the bridal shower. And then someone went, she's chosen dresses for the bridal shower. She's completely gone. She's gone. It's time to say no.
Yeah.
It's time.
You've all got to stand up.
It's time.
Together.
Yeah.
And be like, look, we love you, but this is out of control.
You're out of control. You are out of control. There's not one person I would if someone asked me, I mean, I have been bridesmaid before, but if I was asked now and they were like, you got to do this, you got to do that, I'd be like, I feel like I don't. But has that come with years?
But what's the expectations of, you got to do this, you got to do that?
I don't know. See,
because I think if someone was telling me I had to have 6 outfits before the actual wedding day,
yeah,
and I'm also paying for them, but they've got to look like this, I think I'd be like, yeah, probably,
no. Are you paying for them?
Like, yeah, unless that's what you are giving me to wear.
We've had this conversation before. So my wedding, my dad paid for the bridesmaid dresses, but that's because he's old school and it was way back when. I can't remember. I think Jenna paid for hers. I can't remember exactly. And then I got mine for Terry's, but it was completely reasonable. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm happy to do so. I think she brought us our shoes and bags. I can't remember. Whatever way it was she gifted to us and then we got the rest. There has to be compromise. And if they were dresses that I couldn't afford, I'd be like, I'm sorry, I can't afford that.
Yeah, I bought my bridesmaid dresses and their shoes.
Yeah.
And I bought them matching earrings and necklace.
Yeah, I gave a gift as well.
Then they all had a corsage and corsage because I didn't want them to have
flowers,
but I wanted them to have flowers.
Yeah. That's quite a good idea actually. Saves them fucking lugging them round, doesn't it?
That, free hands, 2 drinks.
I have no idea what happened to my flowers from Jenna's wedding. Did I have flowers at Terry? I was drunk at Terry's wedding. I don't really remember. Drunk for like 3 days.
I don't remember what I had at Helen's.
You had flowers?
Did I?
Yeah.
I don't know where they are. I think Helen's got them.
It looks really cute in that dress as well.
I had no knickers on.
Fair play.
Well, Cassian was only a couple of...
I remember. Yeah.
And I was trying to do sucking in pants.
And you were like,
nope.
I did that. Terry's had to take them off in the limousine. I was like, I can't breathe.
I walked down the aisle. No shame. Down the aisle, no knickers.
Yeah.
No shame.
Well, no one was looking. Hello?
I was
Sorry. You weren't. You looked great. You looked amazing. You and Jenna looked amazing.
Oh my God. And she made me get hair extensions because she wanted me to have long hair, didn't she? And then she got it put in a fucking bun.
I didn't do your hair, did I?
Yes, you did.
Oh, did I do your hair?
You put my hair in a bun. A side bun.
Oh, you looked gorgeous though.
I liked it, but the point was I put fucking hair extensions in. Do you remember doing that?
Yeah, your hair extensions looked amazing.
Yeah. To be put in a bun.
Yeah. And Helen had I remember doing Helen. All
I
I know is that I had 1 glass of Prosecco in Helen's room and then that was that. So that's all I can tell you from my point of view. I had a great time apparently. Everybody told me so. I had a great time.
Yeah, I got drunk and then it was his birthday the next day and we went out.
Oh.
Yeah, and I had a great weekend.
But yeah, it's time to...
We stayed in that hotel for 2 nights.
Did you?
Yeah.
It's time to... Where were the kids?
With my mum.
Okay. She come to the wedding? I really don't remember a lot. I mean, I puked all the way home.
No, she didn't.
She didn't. Paul had to literally keep pulling over where I just could not stop vomiting. I ate breakfast, I threw it up. I ate some more breakfast, I threw it up. Honestly, that's Prosecco for you though. I get blackout on Prosecco, do you know that?
It's dangerous.
But yeah, back to her. It's time to put your foot down and say, listen, I'm so happy that I've managed to do everything. I've done my part. I can't do any more financially. I'm going to be there for you for the rest. And if if there's other things you want to do, I'm really sorry, but I can no longer.
I can't afford.
I just can't do it. And do it in the nicest way, because then if she bitches out, that's on her, mate. And then sue the bitch and send her a bill.
And that's that.
Well, it's America, babe.
Isn't it?
You can. Go on, Judge Judy.
Bridezilla. Am I the arsehole for going Bridezilla?
Oh, we tell you.
After my bridesmaid spilled wine on my wedding dress.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to need... Yeah.
This is a little bit...
I'll let you know.
Yeah. I, 27 female, got married a month ago. My dress was this long, lacy gowned and my mum wore it at her wedding.
Oh.
My mum passed away about 2 years ago. Because the dress was so important to me, I had a big plan to keep it safe from any damages. I would only wear the dress at the wedding itself, and I would switch it to a more casual dress for the reception. When I was wearing the dress, I wouldn't eat or drink anything except water, and I would stay inside at all times. I promise I'm not usually this crazy about cleanliness, but this was my mum's dress.
I get it.
And the thought of it being damaged broke my heart. But I also knew I wanted to wear it when I got married, to have a piece of her with me. She adored this dress and always dreamed I would wear it. The bridesmaids knew very, very well about my particulars with this dress. I had a room above the venue where I was getting ready. My dress was hanging in a safe place in the room. On the day of the wedding, I went down to check on something for the wedding, leaving my bridesmaids in the room. Here's what happened as they told it to me. They opened a bottle of Pinot, my favourite, or Pinot Noir.
Is that white, red?
It's a red.
Oh.
As a celebration, they poured themselves glasses and began to walk around checking out the room. One of my bridesmaids, Anna, 27 female, wanted to get a closer look of my dress. She got really close to it, and she started touching the lace. Somehow her hand holding the wine glass slipped, and wine spilled all over the bottom of the dress. When I came upstairs, they told me what happened, and I started sobbing. My maid of honour called several professional cleaners, and they said there was no way they could get the dress in before the wedding. They told us ways to save the dress until we could get it into them. So my maid of honour started doing that. After that call, I became extremely angry. I asked Anna what the hell she was doing holding red wine so close to my dress when she knew how careful I was being. She dismissed it and said it wasn't such a big deal because I was planning to wear the dress so it could have gotten damaged that way too.
Fucking bitch.
Wow. I couldn't believe she said that. I called her thoughtless and careless and stupid. I told her that she was no longer part of the wedding and that I wanted her to leave. She left, and neither of us have reached out to each other since. I got married in the dress I had planned to wear for the reception and was heartbroken not to be wearing my mum's dress. After the wedding, my bridesmaids joked that I was a bridezilla for kicking Anna out after she made a honest mistake. I absolutely don't think I'm the arsehole or a bridezilla because Anna's reaction was so horrible and insincere, but I wanted to get the story off my chest and ask some people who might be more impartial, am I the arsehole?
Okay. So now my mind is doing two things here. So the first is, I want to say it feels a little bit deliberate. I feel like the fact that everybody knew that's her mum's dress and mum is gone, this was in honour for her mum, right? That's the only reason she wanted to wear the dress, was to honour her mum, walk down the aisle and say, here mum, there's a bit of you with me. It feels a little bit deliberate, and I don't know why I feel that way. I don't know.
That too.
I think it's the response. I think it was the oh, you could have ruined it anyway, same thing, that's really got my, because had she had been a mess herself, because if I had done that to even a dress that wasn't one of my friend's mums, I'd be, oh my god, I'd be like hysterical.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah, is there anything I could do? I will pay for all the cleaning. Like, do you know what I mean? I'd be absolutely devastated. But that's not what she gave. She's like, oh well, oh well, like,
It could have got ruined anyway.
Yeah, or it
You're
was an
gonna wear
innocent
it.
mistake and she thought she was overreacting, which tells me she's never lost anybody in her entire life and doesn't understand what it's
The value of what that dress
the
was.
value of what that means to her from her mum. I got to go with she's nothing but a fucking bitch. Like, I can't help it. It's her response, babe.
Yeah.
She weren't even sorry. She was like,
weren't
sorry, not sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I would have punched her
yeah.
straight in the face.
I'm feeling like this dress was beautiful and she had some sort of jealousy.
Even if it was a
against
bit of shit, it was her mum's dress. It doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is
No, that's why I think it was intentional.
Yeah.
But because
her attitude.
This dress was stunning and she had some mad jealousy over it.
It's weird, right? And the fact that her mates were like, the other bridesmaids were like, oh, you're a bridezilla, ha ha ha. I'm like, is she though?
No, maybe they were just trying to create a little bit of lightheartedness. Maybe it's just too raw, really.
Had she been apologetic, mortified, what the fuck was she thinking? Taking a glass of wine over to the wedding dress anyway, a red glass of wine. Why take that over to something where she's
anything,
only
even if it was white
drinking?
Why would you go near it?
White wine would have been fine. The point is,
why
were they even drinking red wine when the bride is like, no, I'm only drinking water, no food, no this, no that, no that. And then she's like, oh, bleh.
Let's open red.
I don't know, man. It's like, have I spilled wine in my life? Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Have I done it on purpose? No. Have I ever done it when I'm sober? No.
No.
It feels like it was on purpose.
It
What does Reddit think?
The top comment, why? Why would you wander around with a glass of wine next to a white wedding dress that had such extreme sentimental value?
Thank you.
Not the arsehole. They couldn't have waited. They couldn't have waited to have wine. Like, she's really questioning it. She's like, I don't understand this.
I don't understand either.
IMO.
In my opinion.
In my opinion, even if the dress wasn't sentimental because of your mum, the fact that it's your wedding dress automatically makes it VIP. It doesn't seem bridezilla or OTT to take precautions not to have big ugly stains on your wedding dress. And the fact that Anna didn't seem sorry makes me feel like she deserved to be kicked out.
I think the first drink we had for Terry and Jenna's was, we were all ready. We were calm, we were ready, there was no rushing around, there was nothing that could have happened, and it wasn't red. It certainly wasn't fucking red. I didn't even have whiskey. Again, I was on the Prosecco for some reason. I'm like, yay, Prosecco!
I was at Helen's.
On Prosecco?
Yeah.
Fucking dangerous shit. But my point is, if that spills, babe, you could dab that and you wouldn't even notice. Unless it's a silk dress, obviously. But yeah, come on, let's hear some more.
Even if they couldn't have waited for the wine, why are they running around the room with the glasses in hand? Are you telling me there wasn't a single table for them to put their glasses on? And even a wedding dress costs a ton of money, and it's supposed to be worn for exactly this one only moment in your entire life.
Yeah.
OP was lucky to have a spare dress, but what would someone do if they didn't have any?
Most people don't, babe.
Yeah. Marry in jeans and a baggy shirt. Man, I hope my future wedding party will have enough sense in their brain to not mess with my white stuff.
Yeah. The fuck.
Yeah. Even if they couldn't have waited for the wine, why are they running around with the room with glasses in hand? Too much wine.
Red wine, people. Most of those rooms are cream, aren't they?
Yeah. Maybe had a couple of shots before the wine. That's why nothing but clear liquids and champagne in proximity to the dress.
There you go. I just feel like it was on purpose, and I don't know why. Why she did that on purpose. Nothing from the OP.
Oh, honestly,
no,
lots of people have had.
You're first. I know this isn't am I the arsehole, but you are simply not a bridezilla, and you are simply not an arsehole. We both get the sense that this was a deliberate
sabotage,
a deliberate act of jealousy.
Yeah, someone said, if I did that to a dress of a friend of mine, I would just start sobbing and apologising
That's
and
what I'm
hating
saying.
myself for being so stupid. I would also hope I would never be in the situation because I have common sense and and not bringing red wine near a wedding ground.
Even I would cry. I'm not a crybabe. I'd be absolutely devastated and the most apologetic in my entire life. Stupid
Honestly.
bitch.
Yeah,
Listen,
I'm not okay with
all
this
that OP needs to know is that her mum was with her anyway.
Yeah.
Simple as that. You're not an arsehole and you're not a bridezilla.
And you know what? Get it cleaned up and maybe renew your vows and wear it then. I don't know.
Don't invite those girls. None of them.
You don't need a bridesmaid for a renewal either.
All the rest of them have pissed me off.
Yeah, they're not on side.
They're not grasping the verity
value
of the situation. Like I say, even if it was just her wedding dress, it's still unacceptable. It was sabotage.
It was sabotage.
I think you're right, yeah. Right, this is a very, very short one. Okay. Right, bridesmaid or weird?
What?
Yeah, that didn't make any sense. Let me go again. Why does my brain do that? Bridezilla or weird? Better. I'm bridesmaid. It's because I read that bit. I'm bridesmaid for a wedding in August and the bride is asking us all to cut our hair the same style. A bob.
No.
I can't stop laughing. But she's super serious. I'm not going to do it and I would rather not be bridesmaid but had to share. The fuck? That's it. That's simply the post.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I mean, I know Helen wanted me to have longer hair, but that's longer hair, isn't it? And
yeah, you could have wigged it. Why did she want you to have longer hair?
Because she had like this certain idea of like ringlead hair, and obviously my hair was a lot.
I didn't even try that style on you.
Because that's not what she wanted.
Oh, yeah.
That's what she wanted.
Yeah, but that's not what she wanted.
That's not what she wanted.
Okay. Yeah, so someone put, oh hell no. Oh hell no, that's insane.
That is insane.
OP, I'm glad I'm not the only one who thinks this. Yeah, no way I'd cut my long hair into a bob. I would never do that either.
No.
For anyone.
Wig.
Let alone, I'd just get a wig. Yeah, just get a wig. Not cutting mine. I love my hair. After reading posts, it sounds like being a bridesmaid is the worst.
It is the worst.
Most thankless responsibility, and in many cases it seems like it's difficult to say no when asked. As if you decline, you are somehow saying that you are less of a friend, which seems crazy. This seems like a great way to get out of the responsibility of being a bridesmaid. Do you know, I had blue hair when I was going to be Jenna's. Do you remember?
Yeah.
And I said to her, I'm not changing my hair. And she was like, fine, no problem. When I say blue, guys, I'm talking electrical blue hair. And my bridesmaid dress, which was emerald green, it would have gone nicely together. I would look like a peacock. Oh, lovely. Yeah, you're like mermaids, and I'm like peacock. But
peacock.
A peacock. But I didn't want to look at those photos in 20 years and not have my black hair. That's what made me do it black. So I literally, a couple of weeks before, I was like, no, it's got to be black. Because I want to look in 20 years and be like, oh, I look like me, not a peacock. Yeah. Beautiful dress, that's one of my favourite dresses.
I had really short hair. Like,
I know, yeah. You had like the Karen bob.
No, shorter than Karen bob.
Yeah. No. I'm not calling you a Karen bob. I'm just talking about the woof at the front.
Yeah.
Mine was probably here, but I had mine up anyway in a French twist. But I literally had, it wasn't as long as this, but I had quite long hair. And then I was at work. It wasn't long before the wedding. And the hairdresser was in. I used to care for people and the hairdresser was in. I went, cut my hair. So she cut it here and then it grew to about here by the time the wedding was. I went home and Paul was like, where's all your hair? At work. No.
Right.
Dickhead. Go on.
Guys who married bridezillas. What happened after the wedding? So this is just a question.
I like
really.
that. Yeah.
And we've got a couple of responses. Yeah, got a couple of responses.
Yeah.
So first one is, I was called the bridezilla. After getting back with my ex-boyfriend, I broke up with from high school. His parents got into his head that he should propose. His parents got married at the age of 19, and they thought that since we're 19, we should follow in their footsteps. We were only back together for over 1 month at that point. Nothing against anyone that married young or married suddenly. He proposed. I was excited because this is supposed to be an important moment in my life, and I can plan the beautiful wedding I always dreamed of. I immediately started to look at venues since we had 10 months to plan. His mum complained to everyone behind my back that I was planning too soon. His family are strict Catholics, so when I said I didn't want to have a mass for our wedding, they made sure the priest talked to me to convince me to change my mind. When I planned to go wedding dress shopping, she complained again about how I was doing it too soon, 8 months out from the wedding, and then she brought some of her kids without asking me. On top of that, I invited a mutual friend of ours, and I got a text from that friend on my way to the bridal shop asking if she could bring her kids because my fiance's mum told her to. His mum also got mad at me for not including all 7 of her daughters in the wedding party. Whenever I tried to plan wedding stuff with my fiance, he couldn't handle it because planning the proposal took too much energy out of him. That lasted a few months. Whenever his family tried controlling the wedding, I got bothered because they were planning around themselves. They said that this isn't about me and my fiance, it's about their family.
Of course.
Because their family is a big deal and this wedding was about them.
Mafia.
Overall, they called me bridezilla to my face multiple times because I didn't like how they were controlling my wedding. Within those few months, I remembered why I broke up with my fiance the first time, so I broke up with him again. Fuck that.
Yeah, excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a bridezilla. I just was
bridezilla.
trying to say, actually, can we do it this way? And because mummy was always going to control their entire lives when she had kids, what she was doing right, what she was doing wrong. It was going to be an ongoing thing.
This one's sad.
Go on.
I married a groomzilla. Bent over backwards to make the wedding add magic to as he wanted. Oh, that didn't even make sense. That hurts my feelings.
Make it as magical as he wanted.
I would have been happy in someone's backyard with potluck. He admitted a couple counselling. Blah blah blah.
You're doing a me now.
He admitted in couples counselling 7 years later that he never really wanted to marry me, so much as he wanted a huge show and party. Everyone liked and approved of me, so he wanted them all to see he was making a good choice and be envious. He wanted them to be proud of him. We used most of the money I got from a car accident settlement. Could have put it in a down payment in a small house. He asked for a divorce in 2020.
He's a piece of shit.
That's sad, isn't it?
It's sad, but
I feel like I think I'm relatable.
Why, you feel like yours was more of a pony show?
Yeah, there were elements about mine that I'm like, why?
Why did you do all that?
Why did he want? He wanted it. I wanted a small wedding here.
We wanted a small wedding, and it was my mum and dad that were like, no.
No, it was him. He was like, wanted to be abroad, like the things he bought that were unnecessary.
And you were just
For the
like,
wedding,
yeah, fine.
If that's what you want, like, it's your wedding too. That was the attitude.
Yeah.
You know, his outfit,
The white suit.
he had that made.
Okay. I mean, it weren't all that. Just a white suit.
Had that made. Like my dress I bought in sale. Because that was the dress I liked.
Yeah.
Not because it was in sale. It was what I wanted.
Yeah.
But my outfit, all in all, was not even a third. Nothing. It was nothing compared to what he spent on
That's crazy,
himself.
isn't it? My wedding dress, I think, was one of the most. Mine was about 25,000 back in 2004, which now would be between 50 and 65k wedding, easy. But we do say now we should have put that down as a deposit. We should have done it, but we didn't. And that's fine. Listen, we had an amazing day and all that. I don't regret my wedding. I'm glad that we had all those people there. But I mean, the whole more expensive food and all that, because most of it was on the food. That was like 15, was because my mum and dad wanted that for everyone. I was happy to have a buffet.
Yeah.
It does turn into a fucking pony show. It does turn into all these things, and it's stupid. But it's done now. You ready?
I'm going to do one more.
Oh, go on then. You're like, no, I found another one.
Okay, first wife was a bridezilla. During the honeymoon, she realised she was married and the wedding day was history.
What? Right, start again.
First wife was a bridezilla.
My first wife was a bridezilla, yeah.
During the honeymoon, she realised she was married and the wedding day was history.
Okay, yeah.
She wanted the big wedding, which she had, not the marriage.
Yeah.
The next 2 years were hell until she finally tapped out. I was young and stupid, and the thought of divorce never crossed my mind. I didn't know why it didn't. I guess I just assumed I'd be miserable the rest of my life.
Together.
Yeah. When she told me she was leaving, it felt as if the weight of the world was off of my shoulders. On a happy note, her parents were still paying off the wedding when we divorced. That's what happens when you allow your daughter everything she wanted, including 2 wedding dresses.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sad. I do believe
Can I do one more?
for fuck's sake, I do believe some people want the big day, but not the marriage. The marriage is the hard part, right?
Yeah.
The marriage is the fucking worst, man. Go on, do it, you fucking knob.
All right. She stabbed me in the thigh during the meal at our wedding. Still in prison.
What the fuck? She's a keeper.
No, they got to be still married. She's in prison at the moment.
She's a keeper. What the fuck?
This story needs more than 2 sentences, even though they are admirably conscious. I'm like, honestly, there's like 30 more replies to that one. But,
yeah, because it's like stabbed in the thigh, prison.
Still in prison.
Mate. I mean, that would have been a hillbilly wedding, that would have. You'd be like,
Didn't see that coming.
yeah. After you just spent $3,000 as a bridesmaid.
Yeah, could you imagine?
Right.
Well, at least you came for a show.
Do I want to read this one? What am I on? Am I on my 3rd? Yes. So I feel like I want to read this one. Right. Here's my bridezilla. Sorry. Here's my bridezilla moment. Guys, I'm tired. Really don't want to be one. But the wedding is 7 months away and I finally cracked. Been engaged since 2023. Disclaimer, I didn't say anything in the moment, mostly because I love and respect this person and really don't want to believe this would ever be an issue. My fiance is more upset over this than I am, if you can believe it. One of my cherished guests is my godmother, a highly intelligent, respectful 70-year-old, retired, but still sometimes asked to work cases out of reputation and accepts out of passion. Attorney and true lady. No fucking idea what a true lady is. She's got a vag, I'm assuming.
Identifies as he, she.
Yeah.
Well, not he, she. She, her, she.
Your mum. At lunch the other
Someone's
day, at lunch the other day, after being complimented by me on her recent weight loss, we were discussing her journey. She casually mentioned that she is planning to wear a white dress with white accessories, describing it in detail. Now, I'm not remotely worried that anyone will mistake her for the bride. Like I said, she's lovely but married, husband obviously in attendance and 70. I changed the subject and avoided to comment. I am mostly thinking, what? This
to my wedding?
Yeah, what? This lady, like I mentioned, is a famous attorney and has been to many events in her lifetime, certainly fancier ones than my wedding, even fancier weddings than mine. How could she be so clueless? I really don't think I've ever given any of my guests a reason to want to cause trouble. The wedding is in Sicily. We are both Italian.
Oh.
Me too, brother. You're like, here we fucking go.
I've already decided your new name is Mario. You know
Well, what are you going to do? So for
I'm
those,
going to change it as well.
Mario
Mario and M.
Mario. So for those who don't already live within driving distance, we provided transport and accommodation in a niche, nice hotel.
Sounds like a nice wedding.
Sounds amazing.
Sounds like a good bride.
The personal expense is required. It's a sit-down dinner with a band and an open bar, a religious ceremony beforehand. Children are welcome, babysitters and different menus provided on site. Bridal parties aren't really a thing here, but my sister's cousins and my two best friends really wanted to be bridesmaids, so I'm also covering their dresses that they chose, hair and makeup if they want it. All the particular to humble and show to say that I'm really trying to be mindful and accommodating as I can. I'm a hermit when I don't travel. I tend to avoid large crowds, and my fiance is exactly the same. The only reason we're having a wedding as opposed to eloping or a quick civil ceremony is to celebrate with our loved ones. The Catholicness of it all is also for our loved ones. We don't, excuse me, we don't, what the fuck? We don't, and then it tickles. We don't, see? That's so weird. We don't have a registry and don't expect / need gifts. I don't understand. There you go. What do we think? Weird, right?
I feel like she's putting on this beautiful wedding, done it
all
right,
expense,
yeah,
all
done
expense,
it all right,
yeah.
being perfect host for this.
Yeah.
I without permission, I think it's disrespectful.
I don't really understand why she's not a stupid woman. Why she's like,
not.
I'm wearing that. It does feel a little bit like I'm the most important person there. That's what it's giving.
Yeah.
It's giving, get over yourself.
It wasn't even a, look, I've got this dress, but it is white, but I would love to wear it. How would you feel about that?
Yeah, weird. I feel weird about that.
I don't know. My mum wore cream, and so
that's your mum, babe.
And so did my auntie Sharon. And she's like, "Do you mind?" I said, "No, absolutely not. As long as it don't look bridal."
Yeah.
I don't mind. And it wasn't. It was like a white summer's dress.
I feel like one of the new things is to have the whole bridal party in white. Absolutely fine. But this, ultimately is the bride's choice.
Yeah.
Top comment. Did you ask her why in choosing to wear the same colour as the bride? I was probably definitely too polite. I suggest a colour and shoes to match to offset the white, and she quickly shot me down. Oh no, my white shawl and pumps and clutch will go perfectly with this dress. I thought I was in a bad Twilight Zone episode. I just feel like there's no way she's going to disrespect this woman.
But yet, this woman is disrespecting her.
She is, but it doesn't sound like... oh, this is interesting. Right, hold on. Since you love and respect her, it goes on, and then I just read something interesting. Since you love and respect her, call her and gently remind her that other people will be giving her the side eye and making unkind remarks. She knows better. You can even ask her. Maybe she'll tell you the reason why she's wearing all white at the wedding. The person who she loves and cares about. Very weird, but that's not what caught my eye. She may not care about the remarks from other people. I'd say,
I don't think she does.
I'd say look white at a wedding is not only a violation, it also bothers me that I hope I can respect my wishes. Right, that's not what I read. Hold on. Especially in Sicily, Italian families, I hear it's taboo for a guest to wear white. Oh, there you go. So it's even worse in Italy than it is here in the UK. Unless she makes all her guests wear the same colour. I know she doesn't want to be controlling in any way, but that would really solve the problem here.
Yeah.
Like to send a memo out. Hi guys, I'm really sorry that I'm sending this memo out at this time.
Know she wouldn't then wear white. She would wear black.
Even if she said, can all guests wear black, for example.
But I feel like this woman would then be like,
no. Then she's got too much self-importance. And somebody's going to have to put her in her place.
I think it's lovely that this girl respects this woman. And she clearly has nothing but kind words to say about her. But this woman is disrespecting her.
She is disrespecting her, but she's also embarrassing herself. Everyone's just like, this is well embarrassing.
She's not though, because in her head she is of importance.
She's not even the mother of the bride.
No.
It's so weird. It's weird. I don't get it. It is what it is. She's either going to say something or she's not. It's a very strange thing, considering the effort that they've gone to for all of these people. Can we come to the wedding? It sounds incredible. When was it?
It does. I won't wear white.
I won't wear white.
I'll wear whatever you want me to wear, actually. Tell me.
It was only 29. It was only 29 days ago.
Oh, so there's still time.
Tell everyone to. I'd change the colour fit. Or you're just going to have to fucking suck it in and like tell her, yo bitch, you're out of control. Oh. So engagement ring.
Cute.
I'm now on her profile, scanning through what seems to be an incredible life. She's been Kenya. She seems lovely. Yeah, I feel like you either tell her, you either speak up or shut up.
It is one of those.
It is. Unfortunately, it is. Unless you get. What about your mum tells her? She's got to have someone bullshit in her life like us.
I don't know, because if someone else said don't, they're like, but I've told her and she didn't say nothing.
See, the perfect thing would be to have a mate like me, all go for a coffee together. This is Deirdre. Oh, lovely. I've got this dress. What are you wearing? White. Are you cray cray? Who wears white to someone else's wedding?
Yeah.
That's another option. I'm sure you could hire someone to do that. You can fucking hire anyone to do anything.
You can hire
now.
anyone. Anything.
You can hire someone to go to a funeral, stand up and tell everyone what they did wrong.
What do you mean?
So if I'm dying, touch wood, I'm not dying. Well, I am dying, but not anytime soon. And people have pissed me off, but I know they're coming to my funeral.
How do you know they're coming to your funeral?
Say for example, it's my Uncle George, right? I ain't got an Uncle George, but my Uncle George coming to my funeral, and he's done things, but I know that cunt's going to show up to my wedding like we're best mates, and he's really sad I'm dead. I can hire someone to stand up at the thingy bob and tell Uncle George why he's a cunt. I feel like I'd be great at that job. Ellie wants you to know.
Another one for the resume.
I do feel like I'd be good at that job. Yeah, you can. You can literally hire people. You can hire people. There's this man that I watch. I think I can't remember if he's UK or he's from somewhere else. But he rings people to tell them the bad news that those people don't want to tell him. And he's like, yeah, hi, I'm so-and-so from blah, blah, blah. And Emily wants you to know X, Y, and Z. And they go, who the fuck are you? And he's like, oh, I told you who I am. And then when they go, I'm going, and he goes, okay, I love you. It's fucking amazing. I'll send it to you next time it comes across my profile. And then they're like, don't fucking say that. And he's like, okay, love you. Amazing. Paul told the Iceland driver that he loved him the other day. Via text. He went, I'm really sorry, I just sent you a text saying that I love you. It was meant for my wife. And then when we were getting in the shopping and when the bloke went, I went, bye, we love you. Love you.
Did he take it well?
He proper was laughing. He went, love you too.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Ness.
Because I couldn't stop laughing, so of course he took it well. When Paul said it in front of me, I'm really sorry, mate. I just sent you a text saying I love you.
They don't really love you.
And I was like, oh. So then,
could you imagine if he played along? He'd be like, "Oh man, you broke my heart."
He did.
No, he
He
did.
I
love that.
And then he goes, because Paul went, all right, baby, ain't that funny? But you know me, once I go, I couldn't stop laughing. And then when I said to him, oh, okay, love you, we love you, mate. And then Paul was like, it's not even funny, though. Yeah, somebody's got to tell her. If you've got to finish us off. If you're not going to tell her, yeah, you've got to finish it, babes. It's all about you now. Yeah,
I've logged off.
If you're not going to tell her, you're gonna have to shut up, or get someone to tell her. Hire this one. Go on TikTok, mate, and search him. Bad news teller. Just put that in, and it'll come up, and he'll tell her that he loves her as he goes, which would be amazing. Okay, love you, bye. Sandra doesn't want you wearing white to her wedding. Okay, love you.
Oh my gosh. Right, this is quite a shit human being one, yeah?
Oh, good.
Right. I didn't marry the bridezilla, but this is still on the the guys who married bridezillas, what happened after. Yeah. There are some real bad people in the world.
So many bad people. Don't you feel like it's gotten worse, or do you think we're just reading about it more?
Well, we're definitely reading about it more.
But I mean, like on social media, do you feel like it's always been this shitty, or it's just getting worse? I feel like COVID changed people, you know.
Do you think?
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Fuck off. Sarah well laughs when I do that. Fuck off. That little boy, innit? In the car.
I didn't marry the bridezilla, but I had coordinated, her wedding.
Oh.
We had a death in the family, 6-month-old baby.
A
few days prior to the wedding. I called the bride and told her the situation and said that my assistant would be stepping in for me so that I could attend the funeral. She told me to send my assistant to the funeral and that I had better be at the wedding. I told her I would be sending her a refund and that no one would be coming to her wedding.
Yeah. Fuck you and your mum.
Groom ended up leaving her after this whole thing went down. Surface to say he really dodged a bullet there.
What an evil piece of fucking shit, mate. Who says that?
Nobody.
Who says that?
Nobody says that.
Yeah, fuck you and your mum. Because the mum's got to take some responsibility for the way you are.
disgusting.
Yeah, fuck her.
Honestly.
I hope she steps on Lego every fucking day. Every fucking day.
Yeah, man. I was just like, whoa.
Yes.
That's bridezilla on another level. Like that's
I don't even know. I
disgusting.
actually think there's something wrong with her. I don't. That's like too far for bridezilla. Bridezilla. That's like there's something mentally wrong with you, babe. There's got to be something wrong with you to go. There's got to
I'll
be.
tell you what.
Yeah.
You send someone else to that baby's funeral, and you will turn up to my.
There's
my
got
wedding.
to be something wrong.
You what?
Yeah. Can you imagine a mate saying that to you? Oh my god, you'll never guess what.
I couldn't imagine anybody.
No, I mean like
ever
your mate
that.
saying, "Oh my god, my wedding planner's pulled out," and you'd be like, "Oh no, what happened?" Well, a baby died, and I was just like, "Forget that. It's all about me." You'd be like,
You said what?
I feel like
We're not friends.
Yeah, like I feel like it's not going to work between us because there's something wrong with you mentally. You've gone bye-bye.
So wrong.
Yeah, I bet people like, what the fuck?
Yeah, there was quite a few messages after that one. But yeah, not okay, people. That's disgusting.
Let's do better.
Isn't it?
Fucking people, mate.
He left because of her behaviour towards you after the funeral, or he left her in general, but before or after the wedding? Did she even make it down the aisle?
My stomach.
Probably was the straw that broke the camel's back. He had other signals.
It would be though, babe.
This
Come on.
confirmed it. I would be willing to bet he left because of her response to the coordinator not being there. The bride was probably complaining about it to the groom. As someone else said, it was likely the straw that broke the camel's back.
I would be absolutely mortified that you think for 1 second anything you've got going on is more important than what's happened to whatever poor family that has just lost. She said a death in the family, babe, so it was a relative of hers or a friend. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't actually even matter.
A child of 6 months passed away in her family.
I thought you said 6 weeks. Irrelevant.
What did I say?
I thought you said 6 weeks.
6 months.
Oh, 6 months.
6-month-old baby. So a baby that would have been known.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it was newborn and still, but it's no fucking consequence to what that woman. It doesn't matter if it was a miscarriage, babe. At the end of the day, she needed to be where she needed to be, and that stupid woman was like,
"Mate, I would have even refunded her."
No, me neither. I'd be like, "See you in court."
Yeah.
Oh my god, my legs.
Yeah, don't be a prick, guys.
Yeah, come on, do better. Like, you're not that special. Nobody is. But although I enjoyed today. Good. My darlings, until next time,
like, follow,
subscribe. I need a wee, my legs hurt. Anything else?
Same shit, different day.
My legs do actually hurt.
Oh my gosh.
Ow, 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 ow.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, fuck. It really hurts.
Wow. What do you think of that? What don't you think of that? I think